Welcome back. Now this is the last topic under the unit chemical kinetics, that is collision theory, collision theory of chemical reactions. See, Arrhenius theory significantly explains the effect of temperature on the reaction rate. We studied in the last class. Arrhenius theory explains the effect of temperature on the reaction rate. So further detailed explanation about the effect of for a detailed explanation about the reaction rate, it was given by two scientists, that is Max Strauss and William Lewis. Max Strauss and William Lewis, they proposed a theory. That theory it is named as collision theory, and this theory gives a detailed explanation for the reaction rate. Now this theory, first of all, it is based on kinetic theory of gases. This theory it is based on kinetic theory of gases, which we studied in first PUC. Second one, this theory considers collision theory considers reactant molecules as hard spheres. What I told, collision theory, it is based on kinetic theory of gases. That is the first point. Second point, kinetic theory considers every reactant molecule as what? As a sphere, a hard sphere. Third point, according to this theory, chemical reaction can occur or product formation can occur only when collision takes place between the reactant molecules, just like Arrhenius theory. So according to collision theory, chemical reaction, it is due to collisions of the reactant molecules. So reaction it is due to collisions taking place between the reactant molecules. That is the third point. So during the collision, that colliding molecules must possess sufficient amount of energy. So for effective collision, certain amount of energy is required. That energy it is called as threshold energy. So colliding molecules possesses sufficient amount of energy or required amount of energy, or more than that, that energy is called as threshold energy. Threshold energy is the energy required for an effective collision. What do you mean by an effective collision? Collision which leads to the formation of product. Such a collision it is called as effective collision. So for an effective collision, threshold energy must be there, or sufficient amount of energy must be there in the colliding reactant molecules. Fourth point. Fifth one, number of collisions taking place number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture. Number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture. This is called as collision frequency. Symbol used for collision frequency, it is Z. What is collision frequency? number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume. Number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture. It is called as collision frequency. One more we know, according to Arrhenius theory, activation energy is required, correct? So activation energy, it is another factor. Activation energy, it is another factor which decides what? Which decides the reaction rate. So collision theory, according to collision theory can be explained on the basis of kinetic theory of gases. According to this theory, reactant molecules, they are what? They are hard spheres. Reaction can take place or product formation can take place only when collision occurs between the reactant molecules. For a collision, certain amount of energy must be present in the colliding reactant molecule. That energy is called as threshold energy. Threshold energy. So without threshold energy, that collision will not be effective. Last one, number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume of the reaction mixture. So total number of collisions taking place per second per unit volume, it is called as collision frequency, and this is according to what? Energy factor according to Arrhenius theory. Now let us consider one general elementary reaction, that is elementary bimolecular reaction. Let us consider elementary bimolecular reaction. Elementary bimolecular reaction. What do you mean by elementary? Reaction taking place only in one step. Bimolecular means in the reaction totally two reactant molecules are present. Two molecules are present in the balanced equation. Let us write the equation. A plus B giving products. Now this is a reaction taking place in one step, single step, and totally two reactant molecules are present. So it is bimolecular reaction. Bimolecular reaction. So collision, it is taking place between molecules of A and molecules of B. Now rate of this reaction according to this theory, rate of the reaction according to collision theory can be given like this. So rate, it is equal to ZAB e to the power minus EA by RT. So rate of the reaction, it is equal to ZAB e to the power minus EA by RT. See, this equation, it is just like rate constant K, it is equal to A e power minus EA by RT. EA by RT. This is Arrhenius equation. Now here, according to collision theory, instead of A, Z it is taken. What is Z? Z it is nothing but collision frequency. So Z it is the collision frequency between the reactant molecules A and B. Between what? Between the reactant molecules A and B. E to the power minus EA by RT. What is e to the power minus EA by RT? It is the fraction of the molecules having energy either equal to EA or greater than EA. Fraction of the molecules having energy equal to EA or greater than EA. So what I can say by comparing these two, Arrhenius constant or frequency factor, it is related to collision frequency in collision theory. It is related to what? Z in the case of what? In the case of collision theory. Now this equation, which is given by Max Strauss and William Lewis, that is rate, it is equal to ZAB e to the power minus EA by RT. So this equation, it was applicable only for reactions involving simple molecules. So chemical reactions involving simple molecules, for those chemical reactions which involve simple molecule, this equation, it was applicable. But for complex reactions involving complex molecules, chemical reactions involving complex molecules, significant deviations were observed. In the case of chemical reactions involving what? Involving complex molecules, so deviations were observed. Why that deviation was observed? So reason given by Max Strauss and William Lewis. So deviation, it is due to improper orientation. That means at the time of collision, at the time of collision, along with the sufficient amount of energy, that is threshold energy, along with that energy, colliding molecules must be properly oriented. If there is improper orientation, no product will be formed. If it is properly oriented, then only product formation can be seen. Understood? So reason given by the deviation, reason given by Max Strauss and William Lewis for that deviation. What was that reason? See, for the reactions involving complex molecule, deviations were seen. That deviation, it is due to improper orientation, means at the time of collision, molecules were not properly oriented. So proper orientation always leads to the formation of the product, whereas improper orientation does not lead to the formation of the product. We can give one example for this. I will consider a reaction, that is methyl bromide CH3Br. This is alkyl halide, or it is haloalkane. It is attacked by the nucleophile. Attacked by what? Attacked by the nucleophile OH minus. So during this nucleophilic attack, bond present between carbon and halogen, that bond breaks. Carbon and halogen breaks, and new bond will be formed. That is, bond between carbon and nucleophile will be formed. So product formed, it is methanol along with Br minus. Along with that, along with Br minus. So this reaction, it is an example for elementary bimolecular reaction. Elementary bimolecular reaction. Methyl bromide attacked by the nucleophile. During the nucleophilic attack, bond cleavage takes place. Bond which is present between carbon and halogen breaks. At the same time, a new bond will be formed between the nucleophile and the carbon. So formed product, it is methanol. Let us explain the orientation here, or orientation factor here. See, methyl bromide CH3Br, I can write it like this. This is methyl bromide. In methyl bromide, carbon and bromine, carbon carries partial positive charge, bromine carries partial negative charge. Because bromine, it is more electronegative compared to carbon, electrons will be partially shifted towards what? Towards bromine. As a result, bromine gains partial negative charge, carbon gains partial positive charge. Now suppose nucleophile, that is OH minus, if it attacks from the direction same to that of halogen, if it is attacking the carbon from the front side or from the direction same to bromine atom, then see, bromine, it is carrying negative charge, nucleophile, it is also carrying negative charge. So nucleophile, if it is attacks carbon from the front side, then repulsion will take place. Nucleophile can't reach carbon, because bromine, it is electron rich, nucleophile, it is also electron rich. So electronic repulsion takes place, no product will be formed. No product formation takes place. This is improper orientation. What is this? Improper orientation. So molecules, they are not properly oriented, so no product it is formed. One more I will give. See, methyl bromide, it is attacked, methyl bromide, it is attacked by the nucleophile, from the back side. It is attacking the carbon from the back side, carbon carrying positive charge, bromine carrying negative charge. See, if it is attacking the carbon from the back side, then there will not be any electronic repulsion. See, this nucleophilic attack, it leads to the formation of It leads to the formation of transition state. Leads to the formation of what? Transition state, or it is just like activated complex only. Understood? So transition state. Finally, this in this transition state, carbon OH bond becomes stronger and stronger, and complete bond formation takes place here. Whereas halogen and carbon bond finally breaks, forming methanol. That is not required here. See here, this is proper orientation. Molecules, nucleophile as well as the reactant, they are what? They are properly oriented. They are what? Properly oriented. So since they are properly oriented, molecules, since they are properly oriented, product formation takes place. That is methanol along with bromide ion. So product formation takes place. So then what is the conclusion? So during the collision, at the time of collision, molecules along with the required energy, molecules must be properly oriented. If they are not properly oriented, no product will be formed. So improper orientation does not lead to the formation of product, whereas proper orientation leads to the formation of product. Proper orientation leads to what? Leads to the formation of product. So finally, this equation, it was further modified to account for the effective collision. One more factor we have to introduce, that is P into ZAB e to the power minus EA by RT. P into ZAB e to the power minus EA by RT. P it was introduced because of deviation, correct? So P it is called orientation factor. It is called as what? Orientation factor, or it is steric factor, or it is also called as probability factor. So to account for an effective collision, this factor P was introduced. P it is called as orientation factor, steric factor, or probability factor. Finally, what I can say is, for an effective collision, activation energy, it is very important. Other one is proper orientation of the reactant molecules. So those two are the criteria for an effective collision. So activation energy and proper orientation, remember it correctly. One is activation energy, second one, it is proper orientation. Activation energy and proper orientation of the reactant molecules decides the reaction rate, or these are the two factors which determine the reaction rate, or it is the criteria for an effective collision. So during the time of collision, molecules must possess sufficient energy. That energy it is called as activation energy. Other factor, at the time of collision, molecules must be properly oriented. Molecules must be properly oriented. If they are properly oriented, then product formation takes place. If there is an improper orientation, then no product can be seen. Last one, drawbacks or demerits of this theory, collision theory. See, this theory considers, collision theory considers reactant molecules as reactant molecules as what? Hard spheres, whereas it ignores, this theory ignores what? Structural aspects of the molecules. This theory considers molecules as hard spheres, but it ignores the structural aspects of the reactant molecules. That is the first drawback. Second one, Collision theory, it is not applicable. Collision theory, it is not applicable for what? Unimolecular reaction. So these two are the demerits or drawbacks of collision theory. So first one, it considers reactant molecules as hard spheres, whereas it ignores the structural aspects of the reactant molecules. Second one, this theory, it is not applicable for unimolecular reaction. Thank you.